This is a reading of the Poe's Raven. This is a reading of the Poe's Raven by Del A. This is a change-up. Another interpretation of the Poe's Raven by Del A. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door, only this and nothing more. Distinctly I remembered it was in the bleak of December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I sought to borrow from my book surcease of sorrow for the lost candle, for the rare and radiant maiden, the angel's name, the candle, nameless here forevermore. In the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before. So that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor, entreating entrance at my chamber door. Some late visitor, entreating entrance at my chamber door. This it is, and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating, then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly forgiveness I implore. But the fact is, I was napping, and gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door, darkness there, and nothing more. Deep into that darkness peering long, I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token. And the only word that was spoken, the whispered word, the candle. This I whispered in echo, murmured back the word, the candle. Merely this and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning. Soon again I heard her tapping, somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see, then, what that at is. And this is a mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more." Open here I felt a shudder, when with many a flirt and flutter, and there stepped a stately spirit of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stay he, but with mien of lord or lady perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of palace just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony spirit, beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the graven, stern the corn of the countenance at war. Though thy crest be shorn and safe, thou, I say, are sure no spiritus, ghastly grim and ancient raven, wandering from the nighty shore, tell me what thy lordly name is on the nightly Plutonian shore. Quoth the spirit, nevermore. Much I marvel this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer lately meaning little reverency did bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet witnessed or seen spirit above his chamber door. Bird or beast upon the sculptured bust above his chamber door with such a name as nevermore. But the spirit, sitting lonely on a placid bust, spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing farther than he uttered, nothing a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered. Other friends have flown before, on the more he will leave me, as my hopes flown before. Then the spirit said, nevermore. Startled at the stillness broken by replies so aptly spoken, doubtless said I, what others is it only stock and store, carved from some the unhappy master, whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster, till his song one burden bore, till the dirge of his hope that melancholy burden bore of never, nevermore. But the spirit, still beguiling all of my fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushion seat in front of the spirit, and busting door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking, what this ominous spirit of yore? What this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous spirit of yore meant in croaking nevermore? This I sat engaged and guessing, but no syllable expressing. To the fowl whose fiery eyes now burn into my bosom core, this and more I said, divining, with my head at ease reclining on the cushion's velvet lining, that the lap lighting, gloating o'er. But whose velvet lining with the lamp lighting, gloating o'er, she shall press all nevermore. Then, methought, the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen saint, sworn by seraphim whose footfalls tinkle on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee. By these angels he hath sent thee. Respite, or repent from thy memories of the candle. Quaff this kind nepenthe, and forget this lost kin. Quaff the spirit nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil. Prophets still spirit or devil, where the tempest sent, or where the tempest tossed thee here or shore, desolate yet all unturned, daunted on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror taunted. Tell me, truly I implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore, quoth the spirit, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if spirit or devil, by that heaven that bend above us, by that God who both adore, tell this soul with soul, laden if with the distant Aden, it shall clasp a saint maiden, whom the angels named Kendall. Clap so rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels named the Kendall. Quoth the raven, quoth the Kendall spirit, nevermore. But that word or sigh of pardon, spirit or fiend, I shrieked, I'm starting. Get thee back into the tempest and night's plutonium shore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bus above my door. Take thy blake from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door. Quoth the spirit, nevermore. And the spirit, never flirting, still is sitting on the pallid bust of my palace, just above my chamber door. In the eyes of all the seeming of demons that is dreaming, in the lamp lighting, oh, him streaming throws his shadow on the floor, and my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be filled nevermore. Nevermore, said, quoth the raven. Nevermore, quoth the spirit. Nevermore, quoth the Kendall. Nevermore, nevermore, nevermore.